Hello and welcome to the Judge's Decision podcast with me, Jevon, and my regular co-host. He is the Robot Wars guru.
Anderson 9132. Yay!
Yay! Hello, Anderson.
Yes, hello. Just for the people at home, sorry if this sounds a bit rubbish. I'm having to use my phone because my computer has completely broken. So this is my little shout out to all of you because I can't upload anything at the moment. My computer is dead as hell and it's not working at all anymore. So yeah, that's why I haven't uploaded for a while. Woohoo!
Just £3.99 a month can help Anderson buy a new computer.
Wait, you mean a bit more than that, trust me.
And preferably quicker as well. Yeah, that'll do.
In 2 months.
Why don't just in 1 month? Just donate all your money.
Yes,
help.
please do, please.
Somebody, please.
Yeah.
I was going to do a quick Thor Ragnarok quote. I'm sorry, because I know you don't like it, but so much has happened since I last saw you. That's as far as I'm going with that. Yeah, genuinely, so much has happened. We met each other again.
Yes, we did.
What else happened? Extreme Robots finished all their live events.
Yep, that happened. You announced a load of Christmassy things.
Yeah, Scotland did some fighty stuff. I released a new Grand Slam episode.
Yes. Lots and lots of things have happened. Oh, and my computer broke as well.
Oh yeah, that too. Got to bring the mood down.
Yeah. No, we've had quite a few things. Oh, and your whiteboard's uploaded as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I just said. But there we are. Yes.
You did, didn't you? Sorry.
Yeah, stupid. New Grand Slam. One of only 2 Grand Slams this year.
Bastard.
Yeah, well, deal with it. I've also got Fightmas happening, so, you know, that sort of counts, but at the same time, I'm not classing it as Grand Slam, and if you dare, I will sue. Anyway, we ought to get on, really.
Yes.
We all have lives to get on to, and, you know.
We've got a heat of the stack variety.
Yes! Good. Well, Anderson, they are your picks, so if you'd like to walk me through, and let's get this show on the road.
So, in Melee 1, we have TR3 from Extreme Robots 2019.
Yes.
Valkyrie from BattleBots 2018.
Yes.
And Free Shipping from BattleBots 2019.
Do you know,
which house robot are you going for in this one, Jevon?
Dead Metal.
Death Metal, okay. Right, who's winning?
Probably me. So,
well, first of all, strategy. What strategies is everyone going to try and use here to try and outwit the other?
Right, so Free Shipping, we all know, is just... oh, God, what's it called?
Original Sin.
That's the one. Yeah, it's just that in disguise, isn't it? It's like
what would you do without me?
I know, right? I completely had a mental breakdown just then. It's too early in the podcast for that. Yeah, if you took a cloth to Free Shipping's face, you would just have Original Sin under there. So, you know, they're going to be using Wedge as their tactic.
Pretty much.
Valkyrie are just going to want to rip up some wheels, so I imagine the sides of Free Shipping are quite inviting. And the back of TR3?
Yes, definitely, yeah.
And TR3 being a weak old flipper, well... Okay, this is the thing with TR3. I don't think they can Uta.
No.
I think that their flipper is sort of... It's low pressure, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's low pressure, yeah.
So, yeah, they're going for...
It's got the size, but it hasn't got the power to back it up, basically.
Yeah, they're going for aggression points more than finishing a fight quickly, which I suppose is quite good because they don't then suffer from Eruption and Toxic 2 syndrome.
Yeah. See, there are a few things that I find interesting about this, because I think that each robot has got a weakness to one another as well as a strength with one another.
Yeah.
TR3, for example, that front wedge there is obviously good at deflecting spinners.
Oh, so very good. I mean, they survived against Carbide for a long time as TR2.
Exactly. So remember, the pit is a liability in this, and free shipping,
Yes.
big old wedge with pushy power.
Yes.
You know, I'm just saying, Gary Jin can do it in a hazardless box. Surely he can do it with a hazard like the pit helping him out. So that could definitely be a point
Gary
to
Jin
mention.
is just a legendary driver. So
Yeah.
if I don't know how much you're keeping up with the live events, Anderson.
Being honest, I haven't been able to watch that many this time around because I've been very busy trying to do things and failing because my computer broken and getting angry and trying to throw it out the window. So
Did that
I
help?
haven't actually had a chance to keep up with the live events sadly this year.
Shame. Well, TR3 got a little bit shagged.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, in Cheltenham, I believe Monsoon did a nasty on it.
Oof.
And they had to go and panel beat the flipper back into shape, which I don't know whether they did or not, because I haven't actually, apart from the fight that they were in with Monsoon, I haven't seen any more TR3 fights. I might be wrong, but I think that might have finished them off for the event. But there's no verticals in this whole heat, so, you know.
Yeah.
So,
But could a horizontal like Valkyrie of getting around the sides and back manage to do the same amount of damage?
This is the thing. Undercutters are good at getting into the good spots, really. Valkyrie did very well against Monsoon, the newer version of Valkyrie, that is. In fact, Valkyrie in general can do very good things. I think speed is not on their side, so I think free shipping would probably go for them, TR3 would probably go for them. I actually see Valkyrie as the weakest link here.
Really?
Because looking at their fight against Hypershock, now I know that Hypershock's drive is just bloody daft, but free shipping is not a slow machine either.
True.
So, I see free shipping gunning for Valkyrie, I see TR3 gunning for Valkyrie. I feel Valkyrie are going to be teamed up on, more so than TR3 going for free shipping, or free shipping going for TR3.
Yes. Also, one another point, Alex Brown is a really good driver with TR3 as well.
He is an incredible driver.
Both robots might see Valkyrie as the stronger one, so they might want to get rid of that first.
Oh, certainly if you've got a nasty spinner in the arena, you're going to go for the nasty spinner first.
Yes.
So
Also, big nasty undercutting spinners don't usually work very well in the Robot Wars arena. PP3D.
Have you got a cough there, Anderson?
Yeah, sorry, I do apologise. It's winter over here.
Yes, I think it might be contagious. Cherub is useless.
Oh.
Sorry, this is a prior conversation that we had before recording, but there we are. I thought I'd just throw that one out there. So Valkyrie, I think, is going to be the weakest robot. Not out of choice. I think they're just going to be ganged up on. And then it's TR3 versus free shipping. Now, free shipping's Shremek, I feel, lets them down. I believe Gary Jin said his weak spot is having an active weapon, which I find hilarious. And I feel that it might be the case here that free shipping, while very good at pushing round, might get flipped and have something vital break. But the pit is an option, and well, it is and it isn't. Because it's the Series 10 arena, I feel there's a 1 in 3 chance of getting the pit. I wonder whether the fact that there are 2 wedgie robots in the arena would either make the producers, because obviously this is all biased, make the producers go, oh, no pit then. But yeah. Is Robot Wars biased in your opinion?
Oh god, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's been proven to be in several instances, both reboot and original series.
No, you must be joking. Yeah, so TR3 versus free shipping. Right, free shipping are going to be really good at pushing TR3 into hazards.
Yes.
TR3 are going to be alright at turning free shipping over if Gary Jin allows it. Now, free shipping is quite long, which means his turning circle isn't all that great, so he can't quite turn on a dime, but he can drive quickly, get away, turn, and then come back in for the attack. So I call for a draw.
You call for a draw?
No. I think this one's going to the judges.
Yes.
Which, in fairness, is a draw in Robot Wars terms. Unless you believe all that crap from the classic series. Absolute rubbish. Right, so...
say win the judge's decision then?
Yeah, so damage. No. Aggression. I feel, because Robot Wars... I say it every podcast. I've actually memorised it. I don't even have the book open, but it's relentlessly taking the fight to your opponent, and I feel that is free shipping.
Oh, definitely, yeah, I agree.
And then it's control, and I feel that free shipping is more controlled than TR3. TR2 in Robot Wars mistimes flips. It's very easy to mistime flips as a flipper, because, like, 1 nanosecond and you've missed.
Yeah.
So I think on a judge's decision, I am going to put free shipping through to the semi-final.
Ooh, yeah, that's fair enough. I can understand your logic there. I honestly thought free shipping as well. That would have been my pick. I think it would have lucked out. I think it would have gotten the pit release bar. I think they would have actually both ended up in the pit myself personally. But there you go.
Fair enough.
That's
free shipping going through to the semi-final. Done.
So, next three-way melee. We have Supernova from Robot Wars Series 9.
Yes.
Orte from Robot Wars Series 8. Bit of a grudge match there. And Suspension from King of Bots 2018. What house robot are you going for, old bean?
Big nasty spinner like Supernova requires a big nasty wedge, so Shunt.
Fair enough. Shunt it is. So, tactically and strategically, what are the battle plans for this one?
Supernova gone kill Orte.
Yes. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
One hit KO'd it in Series 8.
I don't think
and
much will have changed.
And a deadlier version, so...
Now, I'd like to give Orte its due here, because I feel that they are overlooked as a robot quite a lot. If you watch some videos of them on the live scene, they are a modern bigger brother, which, effectively, they are anyway. But they act it as well. They are a very competent flipper.
Very well driven.
Yep. Bit fragile, I suppose, but they something I'd forgotten, but I've just rewatched Series 8, Episode 3 on... they repeated it Saturday mornings on BBC Two. Hashtag not spawn. And Orte has 2 layers of armour. And I forgot that. There's something a bit thicker underneath the outside, which... is nice. I would also like to think Orte are gonna hold on to their link a bit better than they did, because you live and learn, don't you? So I'm gonna class that as not a rookie error, because is it Ian Watts?
Ian Watts. No, Ian Watts.
Yeah, he's been in the sport for a long old time and should have known better, really. But so yeah, I'm gonna let them keep their link in. Basically, I still think Supernova's gunning for them, and Suspension's also there. Now, knowing the driving tactics of the Suspension team, I think their tactic is going to be drive onto the floor flipper and get flipped. Do you know what's really sad?
Go on.
Suspension isn't around anymore.
Oh.
They've, I think...
So that's from... When picking robots, by the way, just so you guys know, we made these heats a long time ago, didn't we? We made them back, I think, before BattleBots 2019.
Yeah, long before then.
And he told me I had to throw some King of Bots robots in there.
Yep.
I don't watch King of Bots. So, of course...
Who does?
Yeah, who does? So, of course, I kind of struggled. I just picked a bunch of random ones, hence why I picked Steel God of War last time I picked some. And I picked Suspension because I thought it looked cool.
In fairness, I think it would do pretty well against spinners, which makes it quite a good match for Supernova. I do, however, think Aftershock 3 hit KO'd it last year. Suspension, that is. In fact, it was a 1-hit KO that they then just wailed on for a couple more hits. Suspension, I think, is the weakest robot.
That's fair enough.
It is the most vulnerable. Yes, it has a good front wedge, but the rest of it is just real fragile looking. But no, they've. I can't think whether they've sold it or given it away. But Suspension is now this robot called, I think it might be Roadkill.
Ah, Roadkill. Yeah, I've heard of. Yeah, I know Roadkill.
So yeah. Anyway, there's your useless fact for the day. But yes, Suspension I think is coming third in this fight. Sorry to say, they just seem like the weakest machine.
It's fair enough.
And then out of Supernova and Orte, I've really got to say Supernova, because it is just a beast. And
yeah,
Orte, yes, it is a competent flipper, but even on the live scene, it has suffered from reliability sometimes, and you don't know what you're going to get sometimes with old Orte. So that's the way I'm going with that.
Fair enough. So you're going Suspension third, Orte
Yep.
Third. Sorry, second. There we go. Got there eventually.
Yes. So Suspension will go into Redemption B, and
Yep.
Orte will go into Redemption A. Oh dear. I've just looked at who that is. And Supernova going through, in my books, by knockout.
Yep, that's fair enough. I can't argue with that.
Oh, go on, try.
Suspension has wedge in it. No, that's literally. Honestly, actually, yeah. When it came to looking at that, I thought maybe, but you're right. It's a bit weak, isn't it?
I
Bless
think
it.
Suspension, if it kept the wedge pointed at the spinners, would do all right. Unfortunately, the team aren't the best at driving. And no disrespect to the team, because they sort of. I am part of a school team, and I fully admire them for building a robot from scratch, which is something we haven't done yet, and putting it in the arena. In fact, multiple times over. They've broken China, they've done the UK live scene, they've done Robot Wars. They're only missing BattleBots, but I don't think they're doing it anymore, so kudos to them. But yeah, their driving's terrible.
So, with that being said, Redemption Battle A. Oh dear. It's Orte versus Valkyrie. What house robot are you going for?
Does it matter? Sir Kill-A-Lot. Let's put Sir Kill-A-Lot in, because, you know, if we're going to have a quick fight, we might as well put the heaviest house robot in.
I'm actually gutted because I love Orte and I really wanted it to do well.
Yeah,
so I put it in.
Orte is one of those robots. I know. Orte is one of those robots that it is a good robot. We promise it's a good robot. It's just incredibly unlucky sometimes.
And this is definitely one of those cases.
He should have entered the swarm. It's definitely a clusterbot, Anderson. I don't know what you're talking about.
So, I mean, is there any point in really discussing this one?
Yes, Orte by Uta.
Well, really?
No, of course not.
I didn't think you were being serious, but I had to check. I had to double check.
So, can we assume that Valkyrie... do you remember what Bigger Brother looked like after Hypnodisc went at it?
Yes, it looked victorious.
Yes, it did, but it also looked like somebody had, bust its face up.
Yes, true.
Yeah, well, it's going to look like that.
What you're basically saying is this is going to be very much like Hypnodisc versus Bigger Brother, only Orte doesn't come back and win it. Yeah,
that's because Orte... I don't think Orte's as well built. It doesn't...
Maybe. I mean, remember, obviously, of course, you know, things have changed since then. Obviously, spinners are a lot more powerful as well, and arms changed, and electrics and in terms of all changed as well. So,
but you look at photos. You look at photos of Orte, and it looks like it has holes in it. It looks like it's got gaps.
Actually, yeah. To be fair, you have got a point there. It does.
And I wonder whether that's like the sacrificial
Chelsea smile.
Well, exactly. I don't know whether that's the sacrificial outer armor. Whether the outer armor is meant to be sacrificial, I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't fully understand Orte. And for that reason, Valkyrie's winning.
Fair enough. Right. So Valkyrie through to the first heat semi-final, where it will be going up against the opposite robot. So it won't be going up against free shipping. It'll be going up against Supernova.
Oh,
so
well, I've put
redemption round 2. Well, sorry.
I've put Supernova in semi 2.
Oh, fair enough. Well, either way then.
Well, I'll just stick Valkyrie with Supernova. We know where it's going.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't fight the same machine, because that's dull. Right.
We're
cool.
professional, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Redemption Battle 2. We'll see TR3 versus Suspension. Again, well, first of all, what house robot?
Well, we haven't used Matilda yet, so let's use Matilda.
Let's use Matilda. And let's be real now. Is there any point in discussing this one?
Now.
Oh. No. I can hear that. I know that sense of tone, Jevon.
You see, the thing with this fight is TR3 are going to win easily.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you were going to turn around and say you Suspension might have it.
Now, because this is Suspension from King of Bots, yep. This isn't live scene Suspension, this is pre-live scene Suspension, this is the first version of Suspension. Let's get that very, very clear.
Yes.
Because there are differences. King of Bots Suspension had this really weird thing on top of it. It was like a stick attached with string to the wedge. They had a flamethrower that burnt through the string, which I think was attached to the tree mech. I think. The flamethrower was all underneath the wedge, which makes no sense at all. It looked cool, but was useless. Completely useless. And in fact, did more damage to itself than like their opponents did. Now,
that's hilarious.
The Shreemech itself, I can't recall whether it actually successfully self-righted Suspension. So, if it's upside down, it's pretty much beached. And with that in mind, TR3 are going to do that.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll be honest, I can't. I mean, even if TR3 doesn't win by KO or Uta, it's going to win a decision.
It's just going to win, isn't it?
Alone.
Right, so let's make this as ridiculous as possible. So, TR3 goes Suspension goes immediately for the arena button. It's Fog of War, okay? In amongst the fog, they drive into Matilda's CPZ. Matilda's flywheel catches Suspension, right? And then TR3 looks at it and Suspension blows up.
Yeah, so TR3 through to the next round. Suspension are officially out. They're gone. So TR3 is going through. Yes, it blew up into orbit. So TR3 is now through to the second round, where it will be facing off against
free shipping.
Oh, we've got a situation here.
Yeah.
The two. Oh, who should we go put up against who?
Let's go with right. I don't personally want some form of wedge against some form of wedge in the heat final, and I also don't want some form of spinner against some form of spinner. Let's put the spinners together, the some form of wedges together. Let's have a wedge versus a spinner in the final.
That sounds fair to me. That's how the producers would do it probably as well.
Yeah,
so we're being
free shipping against TR3.
The first battle is a rematch between TR3 and free shipping. Who are the two house robots? Jevon, my man.
Let's go for spinner, Matilda, and let's go dead metal.
Yeah, boy.
What was that?
Right. I don't know, it's just me being weird.
Okay.
So usual, really. So, would Valkyrie not being in there make a difference, do you think? Or do you think it's still a open and shut case for free shipping, predominantly by the judge's decision?
No.
Ooh.
TR3 are incredibly tactical.
Yes.
They will have learnt from the first fight, I feel. Seeing as both free shipping and
Right.
TR3 in the first fight were going for Valkyrie, neither were really focusing on each other until sort of near the end of the fight. So, I feel that TR3 will have been watching a bit of free shipping, seeing what they were doing, and learning from it. And I don't know whether Gary Jin would be doing the same, because I know he's watching his robot very closely. As Alex probably would as well, but Alex has his mum and dad.
Yes.
In this universe, are we having, like, BattleBots teams that are full of, like, 30,000 pit crew? Or is it Gary Jin on a one-man mission?
The Series 10 arena of Robot Wars, I think we should stick to the rules of that series. So obviously 4 team members per team.
Yeah, that's fair. So do you think there'd be somebody on the other team doing the exact same as I've just suggested for TR3?
More than likely.
Okay, well, that scuppers that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I do feel that...
Being honest, I'm going to put my 2 cents in here.
Do?
Because I am the Wars guru.
You are.
My way of looking at it is it's going to be a ground clearance battle.
Yes.
At the front of the robots. Both robots are so well driven. But for me personally, it's hard to. I'd personally go for TR3 myself.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because whilst free shipping is awesome, whilst Gary Jin's awesome and he's a great driver, that thing is also, like you said, incredibly quick. And it only takes one mistimed thing and one split-second decision by Alex Brown to turn at the right moment, and free shipping could be going over the top of TR3 and potentially throwing itself over. And we know that it doesn't like itself right every time.
Yeah, I think
I think personally, I mean, Alex Brown is a really good driver. I think he might just wear down, might be able to get in the gap between the wheels on the side as well. I think there's more going for TR3 here than there is free shipping.
I think that's fair. As I alluded to in the first fight, I think the weapon on free shipping is the thing that might let free shipping down.
Yeah.
They're not allowed flamethrowers either, are they?
No, not in the Series 10.
Wars.
No.
So yeah, there's no real, look, I'm being aggressive, look at all the fire.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think TR3, I think they'll have done things to try and beat free shipping a bit, and a lot, just beat free shipping, and I think that's the way that's going to go.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
good stuff.
Free shipping going into the another Loser's Redemption.
Oh.
And TR3 going through to the Heat finale, where it will face either Valkyrie or Supernova. But before we decide which of the 2 spinners go through to the Heat final, Jevon, my dear boy, who are the house robots in this battle?
It's going to be Shunt and Sir Kill-A-Lot because they're spinner proof almost.
This kid, he is so OCD, it's unreal. He has to have the same amount of house robot appearances as he needs to be. It's ridiculous. I tried splicing things up in the last scene and he moaned at me for it.
Yeah, deal with it.
But didn't see that in the actual show, did you? No, they made it random every time. Oh, well, anyway.
No,
Enough rambling.
They definitely didn't. If you look back at Robot Wars, they put specific house robots in for certain scenarios.
Yes, but they raw. I mean, it's like, for example, there was one Heat in Series 5 where only Shunt, Sir Kill-A-Lot and Sergeant Bash appeared.
But you've failed to understand that this is the modern series of Robot Wars, and they didn't want to damage their new house robots.
Right.
You haven't got Razor biting down on Matilda's ass anymore.
That was staged anyway. Right, anyway. Who is winning?
Right. The way I see this, Valkyrie has a lot of armour where Supernova's wanting to hit. Meanwhile, Valkyrie has the reach advantage and is also going to be going for like the underside of Supernova. And I feel the Valkyrie is going to come out the stronger here.
Yes, I actually agree with that. Also, Supernova's wheels are a little bit more exposed. Sorry, a lot more exposed than Valkyrie's are. So
Are
that's
they?
also a point. Yes.
Are they that much exposed? Let me just remind myself of what this version of Valkyrie looked like. Oh yeah, they are. Okay, fair dues. Yeah, yeah. Okay. They also look a lot more durable. Valkyrie's wheels.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think Supernova's going to get around there. Yes, it's fast, but Supernova at the best of times is very difficult to control. Whereas I think the Valkyrie team have that machine on a tight leash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Supernova. Its wheels are a bit more exposed. Valkyrie's got like you said, Valkyrie's got the bigger reach, got the bigger weapon. Supernova showed in Series 9 that against a weapon that was heavier, faster, and had more reach in it, i.e. Ironside, that it struggled.
Yeah.
So, as much as it pains me to say it, because I really like this version of Supernova,
likewise.
I don't see it winning this fight.
It is certainly the most perfected version of Supernova we ever saw.
Oh, definitely, yes. And the fact that it still didn't make a heat final is criminal, in my opinion, but oh well.
Yes, I agree. At least they made it to the World Championship final.
Yes. That is always a good point. So we're...
and then they lost to Storm 2. Yeah, I think we're in agreement.
Okay, so Super out, Valkyrie through to the heat final.
Shame.
It is a shame.
But on the upside, we've got 2 BattleBots versus Robot Wars fights coming up.
Yes, we do. So we may as well get on with the first one. So it's a redemption battle here. This is for a place in the 10-way rumble. And we have Supernova versus Free Shipping. Who are the House Robots, my friend?
Let's go for Killalot.
Ooh.
And we might as well keep Shunting as well.
Ooh. Very saucy. So, before you go on a bit of a ramble here...
Oh, okay.
It's my turn to have a bit of a ramble. I absolutely love Supernova, but I think it's toast here.
Interesting.
Yes, Free Shipping has exposed wheels. Yes, it has ridiculously highly exposed sides. But here's the thing. Free Shipping in BattleBots 2019 proved that it could take ridiculously big hits from spinners, survive with 3 wheels. In some cases, I think it was at one point, it had 2 wheels and it was still going. And its front wedge was very, very good with dealing with spinners. Also, Garrigan is an amazing driver. And whilst we admit that with the active weapon, a flipper could quite easily beat Free Shipping because it didn't self-right every single time it tried to, against a non-flipper, that's not going to be a weakness. And at this point, it is essentially going to be just an original sin shoving whatever spinner or it comes up against sort of battle. Do you agree with everything I just said?
But Anderson, exposed wheels.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, honestly, Supernova is a very compact machine, which is great. It's great that they've managed to do all that in a tiny little chassis, but also Free Shipping can now push it wherever it wants, and they're not running the risk really of having much damage. I think the only risk really is Free Shipping pushing into Supernova driving up the wedges like a ramp, driving along the top of Free Shipping and removing the weaponry.
That'd be quite funny to see.
I would love to see it. I don't think it would happen, but I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I can honestly see Free Shipping running with the lifter, like, just back out the way, and them just going full, I was almost going to say last rites there, original sin. Full original sin with it.
Oh, right. No, yeah, I can see 100% what you're saying there. And also, I just think there has benefit original sin more here as well. So obviously you have the, the Pit of Oblivion. Of course, there's a 1 in 3 chance of that happening, but still it could happen. Shunt and Sakillalot will both easily swarm Supernova. Meanwhile, Free Shipping's a bit of a bigger boy. They might struggle a bit to hold that at bay. It's just all really pointing towards free shipping for me.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's what I was thinking, honestly. If Supernova managed to take a wheel, well done. But honestly, I can't see them doing much more than that before free shipping comes in and dominates. So yeah, I'm happy to put Original Sin, I mean free shipping, into the 10 Robot Rumble.
Awesome sauce. And with that being said, it is time for the final of the Heat variety. And it will be TR3, another rematch this is, from the very first melee.
Yep.
It's TR3 versus Valkyrie. Which, are you hang on, I'm just going to, premonition time, I'm going to guess. Are you going to say Dead Metal and Matilda for the House of Robots?
No. Because I think that Dead Metal would get too damaged. I'm going to put Matilda in, sure. But I'm going to put Shunt in again.
Ooh! You naughty little blighter.
I know.
Now, same question as earlier when I asked about free shipping versus TR3. With one less robot in there, this is obviously a much more balanced fight for Valkyrie against TR3.
Yeah.
Do you think that will be enough for them to fight back?
Yes.
Jolly good, because I 100% agree.
Yeah, I feel that Valkyrie, now they are just focusing on one target, will be looking to swipe out the sort of underside of the flipper. If they do that, they're turning TR3 around and potentially going for wheels.
Yep, and there we go. TR3's flipper isn't unbeatable. It is able to be messed up if it takes enough hits.
Yeah.
And like you said, the sides and the rear, especially of TR3, are horrendously exposed.
Oh yeah, Valkyrie as well is an incredibly relentless machine, and they're just going to be wailing on TR3. I do think TR3 will try and get a flip in, but the issue there is the gyroscopic forces at play. Valkyrie's not getting turned over so long as that spinner's going.
Yeah, and also it's a very awkward shape to get a hold of and to flip as well.
Yeah, I agree. I feel TR3 has had an amazing run up until now, but I'm afraid I think Valkyrie is going to be the one who takes this one. Perhaps I'd like to give TR3 the benefit of the doubt, so I'm not going to say by KO. I'm going to say by the judges. I think Valkyrie will take out a wheel, not both, so TR3 will be able to sort of crab walk around for a bit. They'll get some flips in early. They're very good at getting the wedge up front, but enough, as you said, enough hits will eventually start to break that wedge. So, yeah, I think judge's decision, damage obviously going to Valkyrie. Control I'd like to give to TR3, but aggression, Valkyrie as well.
See, I'd actually say all three category 1 by Valkyrie there myself.
Really?
Simply because I agree with you. I think maybe taking out one wheel, but not both, so they'll be crab walking. And if a robot's only half working, is it really in control?
That depends how well controlled they're being with that one wheel.
Yeah, I know, but I just think that a robot that's got two wheels working, has definitely been more control than one with one. That's just me being a nitpicky git, but you know.
Fair enough.
I'm happy to admit it. So, with that being said, we're both in agreement that Valkyrie will be making, after a rough start, being the weakest in your eyes of the opening melee.
Yep.
They've managed to make a massive turnaround. They're through to the grand final. They take the fourth spot in the grand final.
This is Valkyrie all over. They start the season weaker and they slowly get stronger and stronger. You look at this series or this season of BattleBots.
Oh yeah,
they started off poorly against Hypershock, and by the end of it, they were shredding Monsoon.
Yes. So they're through to the grand final, and TR3 takes the 8th spot in the 10-way rumble.
Yes, indeed they do. Good stuff.
And that's it for this heat. And if I'm right in thinking, Jevin, for the next heat, there's something a little bit different going on, isn't there? Because you and I haven't picked the robots for this one, have we?
No. Okay, so this is, I think, the only podcast out there that has an executive producer. Well, at least this is the only Robot Wars based or the Robot Combat based podcast that has an executive producer who effectively is calling the shots. It was right. There's a boy at the school I work at who came up with this entire concept, and I asked him very politely if I could nick it and run with it, and he said, yeah, sure, on the proviso that he could pick a heat. So with that in mind, he's gone as ridiculously daft as possible. Get ready, because this is the stacked heat, okay? We have champions galore in here.
Oh, God.
Right, so, coming next time, we have Aftershock from Extreme Robots 2019. The killer. We have Hypershock from BattleBots 2019.
What? God.
We have Minotaur from BattleBots 2018.
Jesus, is that one battle, one melee?
Oh no, I haven't sorted these into melees yet. I'm going to randomly draw these so that it's completely fair, and we're going to do that live on air.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
We have Terahertz, who is a grand finalist. We'll get to that. We have Spectre, King of Bots Champions, and it is in their championship-winning format, the 2018 version of Spectre.
Bloody hell. Go on.
And last, but definitely by no means least, we have Bite Force from BattleBots 2018/19 because they're both champions.
Bloody hell. That's insane.
We're going to have some form of aneurysm by the end of the next episode.
Well, I mean, not being funny, but all 6 of those could be grand finalists in their own right.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
And we have to agree on these.
Oh, bloody hell. This is going to be awkward.
This is the thing that's going to... Right, so instead of one of us picking who's winning what, we both have to agree on this. And there is no overall final say. We both have to come to a decision.
Yes.
And that decision has to be unanimous. It can't be a split decision.
2 of us.
Yeah.
If there was 3 of us, it would be easier. Because we could split the votes.
Yep.
But we can't do that.
Nope. So, with that in mind, we're going to have a break of the series over the Christmas period.
Yes.
And we're going to come back with this heat in January, and then do the 10 Robot Rumble, and then do the grand final. But that's not all for Judge's Decision this year.
No, it's not.
Anderson, what on earth is happening for Judge's Decision over the Christmas period?
Well, we both decided that we wanted to do a similar sort of thing, but for a different series of the original reboot. So what we're doing is, I believe for yours, you've picked a heat of 8 robots, obviously 2 4-way melees for Series 7 robots only.
I have indeed.
And I myself have picked 6 robots for a Series 4 heat, respectively.
Indeed, and it is the Series 4 heat we're going to be starting with. So, Anderson, do you have the list there?
No.
Would you like me to run through the list?
Yes, please.
By order of His Majesty, Anderson has picked for his heat in the first melee Series 4 Wild Thing, Series 4 Dominator 2, and Series 4 Gravedigger. And in the second melee, it will be Series 4 Overkill GTI, Series 4 Mortis, and Series 4 Evil Weevil.
Yes. I didn't want to just throw a bunch of semi-finalists in there. I wanted to even out a little bit. I wanted to throw robots in there that actually should have gotten further than they did and probably had potential to do so, but a bit of bad luck got in their way. Like Overkill, for example, they deserved to go further, in my opinion. They were put in a very unfortunate first round melee.
So what
was a robot that deserved to go further and were very unlucky. A bit stupid, but unlucky nonetheless to put the wrong battery in their robot. And Gravedigger as well, another very strong robot that deserved to go further than it did, and unfortunately got unlucky against a really rubbish lobster robot from an awful part of the country.
You take that back right now.
No.
I am setting the world's lobsters on you. Prepare, lobsters! March on Southampton!
Oh dear me. But yeah, so that's going to be quite fun. I'm actually quite looking forward to that.
Yes, I am as well. I'm going to have to go and look half of these up on the wiki. I know I've only just watched Series 4, but I can't remember some of these.
See, this is why you're not a guru.
Yeah, exactly. And am I right in thinking Series 4 is your favourite series of Robot Wars?
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, there's just it is. It is my favourite.
Whereas I've picked a load of robots from arguably one of the worst series of Robot Wars, but had some of the best robots in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Series 7 I find is a Marmite series. People either love it or hate it.
I don't mind it.
Yeah. It's one of them. It's a lot of people do. They either it's their favourite series or at least their second favourite series, or it's in the bottom one or two. It's really weird. Series 7. For me, it's in the middle, but
yeah, it's about in the middle for me, I think. Unless I've said previously that it was in my bottom half, in which case it's in my bottom half. I don't. Right, you need to learn. I am not consistent. Okay, my answers change all the time.
I did that series ranking video ages ago, and I'm already thinking about redoing it because I kind of rushed the video, and my opinions have changed on a lot of things since then. And I didn't include any of the international series and all that good jazz. So yeah, it's
I would watch that video.
Yes, I've got a few plans and ideas before it, which all depend on whether my computer, if I can get a new computer or not.
Yes, can we all give a Christmas prayer for Anderson that he gets a new computer? Because, by golly gosh, he needs one.
And if Santa doesn't get me one, I'm shooting down his sleigh.
I thought you said if Sam doesn't get you one, I was going to say, look out. Team Mingo will have a vacancy. Good, right, well, anyway, Anderson, it's been a pleasure as always.
Oh, it's the pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine. Thank you very much once again for having me as part of this. It's been great fun.
It always is great
fun.
fun.
Christmas specials.
Yes, I'm looking forward to them. We'll have to record them very soon because we're sort of running out of time. We record this on the 20th of November. The first one is due on the first Saturday of December. So,
Oh Jesus. Okay. Yeah. We'll get that done as quick as possible. Don't worry.
Yes. Good. Right. Thank you for all listening in, for tuning in, and we shall see you over the Christmas period for 2 very special episodes of the Judge's Decision podcast. Ta-ta, everyone.
Tatty, bye-bye.